So good morning and welcome to your chair yoga class for today. I hope that you're very well and that you're looking forward to a rest for the next little while. So you'll need your chair, so long as it's a chair that you can move freely in. It doesn't really, and is nice and supportive for you. It can be any chair at all, and also one where your back maybe is not reclining too much, so you have a little bit of nice back support there, where you can bring some lengthening into the spine. If your feet don't comfortably reach the ground, as mine don't, they would dangle without a support. Just pop something like a bolster or some cushions, maybe a couple of books underneath your feet, so that you just have some connection there between the soles of the feet and support beneath. So for your class today, you're just going to need the chair. We don't need any extra props, but you might like to have a blanket or something for your relaxation at the end. Whenever you're ready in your own time, just settling yourself into your chair. So take a moment to roll the flesh away from the sit bones so that the sit bones connect a little bit more fully with the support. Take a moment to press your feet into your supports and just feel that connection between the soles of the feet and whatever it is that you're resting into. Take a moment to lengthen the crown of the head towards the ceiling, and then release your back to the support behind you, the back of your chair. And notice where that support at the back of the chair is meeting your body. Notice the part of the back, the part of the body connecting with the chair. So soles of the feet, your sit bones, your bum, your back, all supported. I just invite you to take a moment or two to rest and settle a little bit more fully into those supports, to release a little bit more fully to the supports. And as your body comes to rest, allow the weight of the body to be supported by your chair, by the floor, by gravity. Allow your structural body, the skeleton, and again, the chair, the floor, gravity to do the work to hold you. And moment by moment, start to allow the body to soften, the muscles to relax. Allowing yourself, whilst keeping a nice structural integrity, allow the muscles to start to almost dissolve towards relaxation. Allow your awareness to meet your breath. And just noticing the coming and going of your breath. Noticing the ebb and the flow. The breath moving in, flowing in. And the breath moving back out again, releasing back out. Relaxing your jaw. Soften your mouth, your lips, your tongue. Relaxing the forehead and allowing the shoulders to melt away from the ears. Allowing the breath to become a little slower, fuller, deeper with every passing moment. And inviting your awareness to rest fully on the breath for the next little while. Noticing that rhythmic exchange between your body and breath. Lengthening expansion on the inhalations. Softening, releasing, resting on the exhalations. allowing your mind to linger here, to focus lightly on the breath as it comes and goes, and on the movement of the body in response to the breath. And if your mind wanders, just invite it back over and over, inviting your awareness just to reconnect with your breath any time that you've noticed you've drifted away. Allowing the body to settle, allowing the mind to settle. And if your experiences of agitation or irritation, or you're finding it hard to settle at this time, just noticing that without judgment, letting that drift away, returning your awareness back once more to the breath coming and going. If your experience is one of calm, of ease, noticing that. Again, not judging it in any particular way, just observing, being aware, and allowing that to float away, allowing that to dissolve away. So that from moment to moment you notice your experience, you're aware of being, you're aware of what you're feeling and sensing, and you're allowing yourself just to be. No efforts, no judgment, no expectations. So I invite you to take 3 more nice, long, deep, slow breaths here. Fully embracing each inhalation and the expansion and the nourishment that brings. Perhaps sighing out through the mouth on your exhalations. Flowing all the way to the end of the breath, exhaling all the way to empty. And then allowing the returning breath to make its way in its own time, to make its way at its own pace. Releasing and letting the next breath flow out again with a sigh. And let the sighing breath be a soothing and a softening breath. Then we'll take 3 sighing breaths. So this time we'll invite the shoulders into motion. As you inhale next, take the shoulders up towards the ears. And as you exhale, just drop them back behind you. Releasing back towards the seat of your chair. Inhaling, shoulders up towards the ears, and then exhaling, opening across the chest and dropping back. Enjoying the sigh that may facilitate. Inhaling up and then releasing and sighing back down. So if your eyes are closed, just lower your gaze, or lower the gaze of the eyes behind your eyelids, and then slowly, little by little, start to part the eyelids. Maybe seeing the eyelashes and a little bit of light glimmering in. Little by little, allowing the light to come in until your eyes have adjusted again, and then nice and slowly bringing your gaze back to a more neutral point in front of you. So as you inhale, take your arms forward, lengthen your fingertips towards the wall in front of you. And as you exhale, interlace the hands, press through the palms, pressing the palms forwards. Inhale, releasing, taking the arms a little bit wider. And then exhaling, taking the hands back together and pressing through the palms again. On your inhale, release. Nice full inhalation. As you exhale, take the palms back together, roll the palms towards the ceiling as you interlace the hands and have a nice stretch here. Inhale, lengthen through this stretch. So take the arms as far towards the ceiling as they want to go, whilst dropping your shoulders away from your ears. And as you exhale, release the hands, release the arms alongside the body. And when it's comfortable to let them just go and to flop, let them completely relax. So inhale, lengthen, expand, stretching the hands all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhaling nice and slowly, opening back out to the sides and towards the floors. And again, when you reach a point, maybe about just below shoulder distance, just let the arms release. Beyond that, letting go in the arms there and in the shoulders. Inhaling, engaging the arms, engaging the hands, nice wide fingers, all the way up towards the ceiling. And then exhaling back to a point where maybe around the shoulders or just below the shoulders, let the arms become ragdoll arms. Completely release and let go. So pressing down with your sit bones as you inhale, lengthen your crown towards the ceiling. Allow a lengthening there in the spine. As you next exhale, releasing forwards, belly towards the thighs, crown of the head in line with the tailbone. Inhale, lengthen forwards from here. So not bobbing all the way up, but just extending the spine, lengthening the spine. And now as you exhale, turn into that ragdoll where you just release. Release all of the holding. Release your belly to your thighs. Release the crown of the head to the floor. And for a breath or two, just let the muscles in the back stretch and let go. As you inhale, press down with the feet. Engage your core, engage your pelvic floor. Lengthen all the way back up towards sitting as you roll the palms forwards. And then exhaling, we're going to take a little stretch out to the left side. As you exhale, start to take the left hand towards the floor. You can take your right hand towards your waist. Keep that lovely openness across your heart space. On your inhalation, nice and slowly flow it back to center. On your exhalation, nice and slowly flow it out to the other side. Inhale all the way back to center. Exhaling to the left. And then this time as you inhale, take the right hand towards the ceiling. And when you come to exhale again, stretching out there to the left side and maybe lifting the left arm a little as though you're holding a beach ball between your hands. Inhaling whenever you're ready, all the way back towards the ceiling. And then exhaling across, holding onto that beach ball, that ball of sun or whatever it is, finding all the way to the other side. Inhale all the way to center, really lengthening through those fingers. And as you exhale, nice wide arms, hinge from the hips, belly towards the thighs. And towards the end of that exhale, just let everything go. Become a ragdoll again. And just surrender the body towards your thighs, the crown of the head towards the floor. Feel that nice lengthening there in the back. And if it's a little bit strong for your lower back, just sit a little taller, take the belly away from the thighs a little until you find a point where you are comfortable in that lower back. You'll have to engage the body to do that, engage the muscles. As you inhale, take the arms out to the side of the body, engaging again, engaging the muscles, engaging the core, engaging your pelvic floor, all the way up to the ceiling. And exhaling, sighing out. And really lovely. Now I'm going to take you through something that's called, it's going to seem a little bit unusual, but it's very energizing. So see if you can trust me a little bit on it. We're going to take a couple of breath flows here, and this is called crow's breath or Kakasana breath. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a nice full inhalation. I'll show it to you first. As we inhale, just lengthen the crown towards the ceiling, fill the body up. And then as we exhale, a little bit like we're doing, we're going to bring the belly towards the thighs, but nice and slowly, and we're going to puff the breath out through the mouth. So it's till your belly reaches the thighs, and a nice big inhalation. And as you inhale, Take the arms up to the ceiling. Exhale, release hands down to the chest in prayer position. And we're going to do that 3 times. So we'll start with a nice inhalation. So root down with your sit bones, lengthen up through the crown, take a nice full breath. Exhale, moving forward, blowing it out bit by bit. Fill up the body again with breath. Lengthening yourself back up towards the ceiling as you do so. Keep breathing in as you go. Hands all the way up to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, hands down to the heart center in prayer position. And then one last time, fingers to the floor. Inhale, lengthen crown of the head towards the ceiling. Exhale. Inhale, filling up. Hands coming up towards the ceiling as you inhale that breath all the way towards the sky. And then exhaling, hands in prayer position down to the heart center. Take a moment to sit back in your chair, release your belly to your thighs, and have a breath or two. And just see how you feel now. It's often a nice re-energizing breath. What brings it? It's a nice release of energy, and then a very conscious breathing back in of very energetic breath. So often it brings a feeling of such of it's like a very mild euphoria or gentle release, or maybe just relief that it's over if you didn't particularly enjoy it or found it a bit strange. So we're going to sit forwards in our chair and come for a side twist. So if it's comfortable, come to sit on the side of your chair. And if that's not comfortable for you, if you don't feel like you have enough room or you don't feel balanced enough, stay sitting forwards and take your right hand to your left knee. If you're sitting to the side of the chair, you're going to take both of your hands to the side of the chair, root down with your sit bones, and as you exhale, just ensuring that you're keeping lots of space between the shoulders, you're going to start to twist to the side. If you're facing forwards, you're going to take the left hand to, or the right hand to left knee, right hand back behind you on the chair and start to twist around to the side. So at the end of that exhalation, root down with the sit bones, lengthen up through the crown. And as you exhale, just see if you want to twist and turn a little bit more. And you can use your hands against the chair for leverage, or your hands against the knee in the back of the chair if you're sitting forwards, just to help you a little deeper into that if you wish to go any deeper. And then one last time, sit down, lengthen through the crown as you inhale, twist on the exhale. And then whenever you're ready, on an inhalation, flow nice and slowly back to center. Exhale, release. Take a nice full inhalation. Exhale, release, and start to turn yourself to the other side, or set up your hands, left hand to right knee or right hand to left knee, whichever the opposite side to where you were before is. So taking both hands either onto the chair or hand to opposite knee, and then the other hand behind you. Root down as you inhale, and as you exhale, start to take your waist around to the side, your chest around to the side. Inhale, root down and lengthen. Exhale, twisting and turning, and using the hands against the back of the chair or hand and knee for a little bit of leverage. Lengthen on the inhalation and then twisting and turning on the exhalation. Releasing all the way back to center as you inhale. Exhale, sigh it out, release it out. Have a nice full round of breath here, a nice full inhalation, a nice full exhalation, and bring yourself back to face forwards on the chair. Or you can even stay sideways there if you like. So we're going to come for a little gentle back bend here. So either holding on to the sides of your chair or the back of the chair, or if you're, depending on the type of chair you have, if you're sitting sideways on it, you might be able to hold on to the seat. You're going to root down with your sit bones, lengthen up through the crown, and then take the shoulder blades back towards each other and send your heart center towards the top of the wall opposite, and allow a gentle bend into the lower back. Don't overly push your diaphragm forwards, don't overly push the rib cage forwards. So it's like your counter cat stretch here. You want to feel it in your lower back, but you don't want to hyperextend. And then as you exhale, just release the hands, releasing the shoulders forwards, and releasing the heart center towards the floor opposite. Inhale, and you can even do this without holding on to the chair. We're going to lengthen, take the shoulder blades back, heart center a little towards the ceiling, just stretching through the front of the body. And as you exhale, releasing out, releasing the shoulders, just arching the upper back there. And then once more, inhale and have that lovely gentle back bend. So taking the shoulder blades back towards each other, releasing the heart center towards the sky. And then exhale, releasing the spine into your cat. Inhale, sitting up and looking forwards. As you exhale, or on an exhale, lifting your left knee, holding on to the shin, and inhaling, rooting down, rising up as you exhale, bringing the thigh a little closer to the belly there. And then taking the hands to the back of the thigh as you inhale, lengthen out that leg. Stretch through the heel, extend through the heel, feel a nice lengthening there for the hamstring. Inhale, lengthening, pointing the toes away, and then exhaling, foot to the floor. Take a moment to notice the difference between your right and left side. And when you're ready, on an exhalation, you can hold on to the right shin, take the thigh back towards the belly, root down with the sit bone, lengthen up through the crown there, flex that foot. On inhalation, slide the hands behind the thigh, lengthen the leg away from you, push through the heel, toes back through the chest to lengthen the hamstring, and then releasing toes forward, bending the knee, taking the feet to the support, and have a breath or so here. Just take a moment to bring your awareness back into your body. Notice whatever you notice. Notice where you might be feeling release or relief. Noting where you might be feeling sameness. And just noticing, is there anywhere you want to move now before you're guided again? Listening to your body and responding. And then we're going to take ourselves towards standing nice and slowly. And come up nice and slowly because your blood pressure may have lowered just from forward bends are very releasing really, and often we can have a lowering of blood pressure during those exercises. And just come to the side of your chair. This is one of these ones where, or the front of your chair, this is one of these ones where we don't want the chair to slide. So if your chair is on a wooden floor, you're better off to have it up against a wall or up against support if it's not on a mat. You're going to step back maybe about a foot or so from the side of the front of the chair. And you can take the hands onto the thigh, shoulder blades back, and start to hinge forward from the hips here, bringing yourself into a half fold. You can take your hands out onto the chair, and we're just bringing a lengthening here where we're allowing the crown of the head to come in line with the tailbone. Just feel a lengthening there for the back and a lengthening for your hamstrings. Press down with your hands, straighten your arms and lengthen forwards, so your gaze forwards, maybe towards the wall opposite you. And as you exhale, bend your elbows, start to bring your chest towards the floor, crown of the head in line with the tailbone again. And just notice as you go, the lower you come, the more you feel that stretch into your hamstrings. Press down and lengthen up on the inhalation, back to straight arms, heart center out in front of you. So there's still a nice long line from crown of the head, so you're parallel to the floor. Feel that lengthening there in the hamstrings. Inhale, stretching back up, and then step back a little bit further. See how much feel that to come down on the exhale. And if that in any way doesn't feel stable for you, feel free to go back to the way you were. And then you're going to bend your right knee, take the heel towards the bum, and then send the knee away from you so that you're stretching through your thigh here. And just straighten the arms so you're nice and balanced. Think about taking that right knee a little towards the ceiling and opening up that hip. If you're feeling really balanced here, you might just balance with the left hand and take the right hand away for a minute. And then roll that pelvis round towards the floor again, so the knee is back in line with the floor, and release that foot to the floor. Exhale, bend the elbows, take your belly towards the thighs, your heart center towards the mat, towards the floor, and then inhale, lengthening up, straight arms again. Chest facing the wall opposite. Bend your left knee, this time for taking the weight onto your right foot, or if you did it on the other leg last time, just change sides. Bend the knee, take the heel towards the bum, and then start to send the knee away from you, back behind you, so you're lengthening through your thigh. Start to open that knee out to the left side. So opening out the hip here, stretching across and into the waist. And if you're feeling very steady, you might want to take one hand away just for a second. If you're not, keep that hand to the chair. In your own time, exhale back to center. So level off the hips again and take that foot to the floor. Inhale, lengthen forward, so nice straight arms. Exhale, bend the elbows, start to take the belly towards the thighs, and maybe come a tiny bit lower this time. So maybe taking the elbows a little bit lower. Release the crown of the head to the floor. Inhale, lengthen forwards with your gaze as you straighten the arms. And as you exhale, nice and slowly walk the feet back towards the chair. Inhaling yourself really nice and slowly towards standing. And exhale, have a little sigh out there as well. So we did a little lengthening there for the body, stretching out for the hips, opening up the hips, stretching out the thighs, tiny little balance there as well. So again, a lot of that was done in the forward bend action, which usually gives us that, that release sort of feeling. So we come for a little balance now. So come to the side of your chair, whichever side is going to take you so that your non-dominant leg is beside the chair. So in my case, that's my left leg beside the chair, which might look like it's the right leg as you're looking at me. I'm going to take a few breaths as we come on an inhalation up onto the balls of the feet, and then exhaling nice and slowly back to the floor. And maybe lifting the toes a little, rolling back towards the heels. Inhale, rolling up onto the balls of the feet again. And exhaling nice and slowly. And when you feel grounded and your feet connect with the floor, maybe lift the toes and roll slightly back towards the heels. Keep the knees soft, so don't lock the knees. And then rolling forwards on an inhalation. This is great for your arches and for your feet, and actually for your balance. So it's a nice one to practice just while you're waiting for the kettle to boil, and then rolling slightly back towards the heels, and then release back, so with the feet toes to the floor. So take the weight onto your non-dominant leg, which is generally our better balancing side. And when you go to shift the weight, avoid dropping over into that hip. So really press down with the foot, have a nice strong leg, hug that hip in towards and that thigh in towards the center line of the body, so that when you lift the right foot off the floor, you feel really strong on your standing leg, and you don't feel like you've just gone into that sort of social distance cue standing posture. So nice strong leg here, and lifting the right leg if your dominant side is the right side, left leg if it's the other way around. Start to lengthen that leg out in front of you as you inhale and point the toes away. And as you exhale, bend the knee and bring the heel back towards the bum, knee towards the floor. Inhaling, lengthening, straightening the leg, pointing the toes away. So it's almost as though you're kicking here, and then bending the knee, heel back towards the bum, knee to the floor. And then inhale once more, lengthening out. And back to the floor with that. And just from here, you don't need to move to the other side of the chair. We'll just take that to the other side. So take the weight onto your dominant foot this time. And as we inhale, we're going to point the toes on the other leg, point forwards. As you exhale, bend the knee, take the heel towards the bum, take the knee towards the floor, back behind you. Inhale, lengthening forward, so this gentle kicking action. And then on your exhale, that's almost like the counter kick when you go to set up for a kick. So heel towards the bum, knee towards the floor. And then inhale, lengthen forwards, pointing the toes. Exhale, sole of the foot to the floor. Take your weight back onto your non-dominant side again. And as you inhale, take the knee of the other leg. So right leg if that's your dominant side, left leg if that's your dominant side. Take your knee so it's in line with the hip, or as high as is comfortable, no higher than the hip, but might not want to come that height. So just whatever your body is facilitating. And then taking the hand to just the inner thigh as you exhale, just open out to the side here, opening out that hip. And just don't go any further than is comfortable. Don't go into any kind of cramping or anything that doesn't feel good. Inhale back to center, and then maybe take away a hand. Just check, how would your balance be if you took away a hand? Would there be balance? If there is, maybe take the hands to the waist. So you can take the elbows back, open up the chest, and really continue to press down with the standing leg. So the more active you are in your core, the easier it is to balance. And either with the hand on the chair resting lightly, you can have the tiniest little bit of support here, or as much as you need. Maybe take the sole of the right foot or your dominant leg to your lower calf, and continuing to invite that knee out to the side. And then you can, if you like, take the hands towards the ceiling, or one hand towards the ceiling if you're holding onto the other for your tree pose. Exhaling, take the fingers back towards the floor, knee back to center. And as you inhale, meet the floor with both feet, lengthen up nice and tall. Exhale, release back into more of a natural stance. And you can take this to the other side, so that the side you're balancing on, you'll have the support of the chair. Root down with the soles of the feet here. Nice length in the body. And we'll just take a moment or two to roll up onto the balls of the feet here, and exhale, soles back to the floor. Inhaling, rolling up onto the balls of the feet. Exhaling back to the floor. Inhaling up. And exhaling back down again. Now if you take the weight onto the standing leg, slowly lifting the other leg, just get your sense of balance there. This is, your dominant side is usually your less comfortable balancing side. And then as we inhale, we're going to start to lift the other knee. So lifting the other knee so that it's in line with the hip. Have a breath here, see how this feels. Exhale, open out to the side. So opening that, you can use your hand against your inner thigh to guide you if you like. And then stretch here for the inner thigh, a little open for the hip, but don't overdo anything. And then inhale back to center. Exhale out to the side, and maybe the sole of that foot finds your lower calf or your ankle, and the knee is as far out to the side as it wants to go. For some people, the knee might be right out in line with the hip. For others, it might be much closer to the center, and it's really about the structure of your pelvis, not necessarily flexibility. Maybe you want to take a hand that you just check, how comfortable would that be? And either taking both hands in inhalation, or the hand that's not supported by the chair to the ceiling, lengthening here for your tree pose. Press down with that standing leg, engage your core, hug in those hips. The stronger you are in your core, the easier it is to balance. And exhale, taking the finger leg or the balancing leg and the lifted leg both make contact with the floor, and then have you release here. Have a nice full inhalation in your Tadasana, your mountain pose. Soles of the feet connecting with the floor, lengthening through the crown of the head. Exhaling, releasing the shoulders and relaxing. And then in your own time, making yourself your way back to your chair for your Shavasana, for your final few minutes of relaxation. Getting yourself set up so that you're going to be nice and warm. You're going to be nice and cozy. Turn on your relaxation music if you would like to have something to accompany you as you relax. turn out the lights, do whatever it is that will just give you 10 minutes or so where you can just really let go. And I'm just going to guide you towards relaxation. And to start that journey with you, and then I'll say goodbye and leave you to rest for as long as you'd like, just to be releasing out there, resting out there. So allow your breath to be nice and long and deep and slow and full. Riding the wave of each breath from the beginning of the inhalation all the way to the peak, and the beginning of each exhalation all the way to the base. Letting your breath be nice and long, deep, slow, full, nurturing. Just allowing yourself to settle, allowing all sense of effort to go, welcoming in stillness, ease, quiet and calm to the mind, to the body, to the spirit. Relaxing your jaw, softening your mouth, your lips, your tongue. Relaxing the forehead, the face. Relaxing your scalp, your neck, your shoulders, your back. The entire front of the body. Relaxing your belly above and below the navel. And the arms be heavy and relaxed, hands and fingers heavy and relaxed. Letting your pelvis, your glutes, this region of the body relax and rest fully. Be heavy, releasing with every breath. Letting your legs be heavy and relaxed. Thighs, front and back, calves, shins, kneecaps, space around the knees, the ankles, the feet, the heels. All of the toes relaxing. Every part of you letting go, dissolving into stillness, melting towards relaxation. Returning your awareness to your breath anytime you find your mind wandering. And just taking this time just to rest here for a little while longer, or as long as you like. And if you fall asleep, that's fine. If you drift away, that's fine. Your body will offer you what you need. Your mind will take a break if it's what you need right now. So I just encourage you to rest here for at least another 5 minutes or so, but as long as you like. And then when you're ready to make your way back into your day, do so with some stretches and wiggling of fingers and toes and movement in your joints. Anything that feels nice and nourishing. Maybe have a drink of water just to flush out any toxins you may have released. Have a lovely day. Thank you for joining me. I will see you soon. Stay safe, take care, be well. Namaste. Thank you for your time, for your practice. Take care.